Welcome back to Genesis Custom Lightsabers. This is a new one that I'm calling Nuevo Graflex. I wanted to kind of build off the Graflex styling and imagery, but make a saber that looked a little bit more updated from the traditional Graflex looking lightsaber. It's partly MHS parts from Custom Saber Shop, the pommel, and the new grip section that has milled slots and rubber grips that extend through, so those are not glued on, they're not coming out. They are in there really good. I did some machining and powder coating of my own, and my own sleeve cut into a Graflex style shape with a custom emitter, switch box, custom switch. This saber has a 3.7 volt lithium ion cell in it, and has got a Master Replicas Vader sound card. I wanted to try a blue lightsaber with the Vader card just to see what the sounds are like. So you put a blade in there and pull out the kill key, which keeps it from turning on or off. Disconnects the battery. Hit the power button. And I like the Vader sounds with the blue light. It gives it a kind of a Rogue Jedi kind of sound. Really cool hum. This saber is weathered to give it a kind of an aged, well-used weapon look to it. It's a really cool saber, but it's got one interesting feature that I've been working on for a while, and that is that there's a crystal chassis in here. The sleeve of the saber and the emitter, actually the whole front section, rotates, so it exposes a crystal chamber with a Tibetan Quartz crystal, and you can see, if you take a look in there, there's some exposed wiring that's it's intended to be that way. Those are the actual wires for the switch and for the LED, and you can see, if you look very closely in there, the rumble motor is at the back, and the crystal lights up with the saber. So when the saber turns on, crystal lights up blue as well. The rumble motor, you might be able to see it just kind of spinning away back there. You can feel the vibrations in the saber, but not enough that it sets off the swings of the sound card. Now this feature, it rotates in there. So so most of my sabers are really solid for dueling. This is an exception. This saber is more of a showpiece because it slides out of the way and exposes the crystal. This is meant to kind of hang on the belt. You can do some light dueling with it, which would be very mild, just kind of like some choreograph with a friend, because this is a little bit more fragile, this joint here, than traditionally what I would build for sabers. However, if you are going to duel with it, what you need to do is follow a couple of steps. There's a hidden set screw that's in this tiny little hole there. So if you pull the sleeve back as far as it will go, and you kind of line up the hole with the set screw, and what you do is you turn counterclockwise, which is strange, but what it does is it actually loosens the screw inside and begins to put pressure on the sleeve. So you do about one full turn, and now that thing's actually locked pretty solid in there. To further lock it, there's another hole here. You can put any kind of 832 thread screw in there, and use this thumb screw, which will come with the saber. You can tighten that in. Always do that after locking this. If you want further locking, you can actually probably tighten this. I may use some Loctite on that just to make it solid, so I wouldn't worry about playing with that one. But that's a little bit more solid now. You can put a blade in that, and you can lightly duel with that. You know, you can play around, do some showing off at a con or something like that. And that's how that saber works. Then if you want to expose the crystal, you just take a few seconds to loosen that off through the hole, and again, you only need one turn. Actually, this way you would tighten it clockwise, one turn, and it opens up again. So that's the new saber. It's a rumble motor. I'm going to put that up for sale. If someone wants to buy it now, I could get it in the mail, and you'd have it before Halloween. Thanks for looking.